The Vietnam War was America's first war reported on television. And this week, a new exhibit marks the 50th anniversary of the war, and it opens at the Newseum. And joining me now is Frank Bond, one of the producers and narrators of Reporting Vietnam. Good to see you this morning. Tell me, why is this exhibit so significant in your view?
Number one, 50 years ago, our role in Vietnam changed from advisory to combat. And as you say, it was reported on television. Television news was just coming into its own. First half-hour newscast debuted in 1963. 1965, we had reports coming from the battlefield. There was no censorship by the military in Vietnam. If you were a reporter or camera crew, you'd go to a helicopter going to the front lines, and if there was room on the chopper, you were there. And you would come back and you would put that report, not that night, because there was still, they had to process the film and get it back to the United States, but the following night. And as a result, there was footage of combat on the air practically every night during that war, which had an incredible impact on the American public.
And this was not the propaganda of World War II and the Germans. I mean, this is, like you said, raw right there from the field. Tell me about putting this documentary together and this exhibit. Tell me about the process of that and the things you had to go through and the unique challenges that this presented.
What we try to do at the Newseum, no matter what story we're telling, is that we take a look at the role the press played in reporting whatever the era, the event, the personality that we're profiling. So what we do is we go and find the journalists who were there so that they're giving us first-hand testimony about what they did. And then in this case, we were lucky to get General Barry McCaffrey, who was a captain in Vietnam. He's now a general, and he's now gone into consulting. And so to talk about the role of the press and the need of the military to have the press explaining to the American people what the military is doing.
We've got about 30 seconds left. What can we learn from this exhibit and reporting during the Vietnam War that we could apply today and talking about the conflicts that we're involved in right now?
It's very interesting because Vietnam was one of the first asymmetric wars, as we say. For the longest time we said never get into a war without an exit strategy. That was the big lesson of Vietnam. Well, now it's something different because we've got these military involvements, but we know we can't commit all the way because ISIS and the Taliban and Al-Qaeda are not about making a new nation state. We can try and stop them what they're doing, but we have to be careful to align ourselves with other allies and limit our role, because ultimately every war has to end with a political solution.
I think we've also learned as well our role in the media, the role we play, and that can be dangerous if not maintained in the correct way because the enemy, so to speak, is watching as well.
That's correct.
Frank Bond, Reporting Vietnam opens this week at
Friday,
the Museum?
22nd.
On Friday.
Memorial Day weekend.
Perfect, yeah.
Right.
Thank you, sir.
Okay,
good to see you.
Thanks
Frank Bond.
for having me.
Yeah, definitely go to the Newseum and check that out. Like I said, I'll be going there next week. I can't wait
Great.
to go check it out.